Hello there, my Brony and Pegasister friends. I am Inkros, and today I'm going to be talking about The Lost Treasure of the Griffonstone, which is a new episode that's coming out. First of all, though, I've got to say this video is going to be a little bit stilted, I guess, because I'm getting sick. Like, I'm coming down with something and my throat is getting sore, so I wanted to do this video now because I know that in a few days my throat is going to be so sore I'm probably not going to be able to talk very much, so I'm doing this now so you don't have to wait even longer for a video. Anyway, yeah, now that school is almost out, I only have one more day of school, huzzah! Then I will be doing way more videos during the summer. I have headcanons planned, I have video game top 10s planned, I have a bunch of stuff planned, but because of school I wasn't able to really do a lot of it. Yeah, so let's talk about Lost Treasure of the Griffonstone. I liked this episode. I mean, there were parts of it that were a little weird to me, I guess, but overall, I love it mostly for the world building, to be honest, and it actually got me to like Gilda a lot more. Like, okay, so we start off with Pinky and Gummy baking, and it's pretty cute. I mean, I like Gummy, he's awesome, and Pinky was pretty funny in this scene too, pretty cute. She has been really good this season. I think I've really enjoyed her this season quite a bit, and she's been getting a lot funnier, basically. Next, we move to Twilight explaining to the girls the history of the Griffins, and this is really interesting. Honestly, I kind of wish the episode would go back in time and kind of show us an animated version of, you know, all these Griffins taking over, but, you know, that's not really what the show is about, unfortunately. Though, I have to admit, the episodes I like them the most are the ones that are adventure episodes, but I still appreciate the slice of life ones too, and though I wish this one was an adventure episode, that's just my taste, and this episode still is really good as a slice of life / adventure episode. So, the history of the Griffins is quite amazing, and we find out that Rainbow Dash, despite wanting to be a Griffin in the Breezy's episode here, she doesn't seem very excited to see Griffin stuff at all, which is heavily implied is because she does not want to see Gilda again after their big argument in that one episode that Gilda was first introduced in, which makes sense. I mean, if you had to go to a place where one of your old friends was that you argued with at one point, I'm sure it'd probably be a place that you don't really want to go. Rainbow Dash's impression of Twilight was pretty funny. I liked that a lot. I would like to see the main six do impressions of each other at some point. That more of them do that. That'd be pretty awesome, I think. And of course, Pinky wastes all their money, almost all of their money, on sweets. That's just Pinky, I guess. What kind of baffled me was the fact that the Griffins were off and having lots of what seemed like economical trouble, lots of trouble with their houses and homes. They seemed to just have a lot of trouble in their culture in general, and Equestria did not know of this, apparently, at all. Like, Twilight, who apparently geeks out over Griffins, did not know that their treasure was gone either, which is very strange. It's like, are Rainbow Dash and Pinky the only ones to have visited this town for years, decades? It's very weird. You would think that any other ponies that have come there would have reported back to the princess or someone that the Griffins were in trouble, but maybe the Griffins were just so proud they didn't accept any help from the princesses, something like that, which is very strange. And you'd think that the Griffins would go spelunking, basically, and try to find the idol themselves, since it seemed to be pretty easy to find, especially at the end of the episode when we see Gilda stumble upon it quite easily. You'd think that they'd at least try and find it, but I guess not. Maybe they were just too proud to even try to. It's just kind of bizarre, and there's a lot of plot holes there, but it's okay for what it is, honestly. It doesn't really hurt the episode that much, in my opinion. I really, really enjoyed seeing Gilda again, because at first I didn't really like her when I first saw the episode introducing her in it, but after this episode, she's really redeemed herself for me. I really enjoy her and like her now. The bit with her, her and Kid Rainbow Dash was pretty interesting and kind of enlightened us a bit about her character which I really enjoyed. Oh, my throat is getting sore. I am coming down with something, sadly, so trying to get this video done for you guys. I don't know if I'll be able to live stream for the next couple days because of it, but yeah. The Cyclops monster was actually pretty cool. I thought the art style for the flashback sort of thing was pretty great too. I did like the look of the village itself. It had its own unique identity and was very bird-like, while at the same time being something you could see a fantasy race living in. It was very nest-like, while at the same time retaining the same house and home sort of look it should. I really liked the way the Griffins area looked. It was very good, I think. Gilda apparently selling baked goods I thought was kind of fun, and it was kind of obvious that Pinky would help, and I liked that she did. Her little baking commercial, baking soda, baking powder, whatever it was, mini commercial was kind of funny, vintage sort of thing. And Pinky really has had to eat a lot of horrible things this season, hasn't she? Poor girl. I wonder how many teeth she's lost. I guess she just grows them back automatically. It was, I think, a little bit too hammered in that the Griffins are greedy, and I kind of wish that they weren't, that wasn't their one trait. Because we already know that dragons are the greedy ones, and now we have another race that's greedy. I mean, it was kind of like, it seemed a little uncreative, uninspired in that sense. Like, maybe they could have had a different sort of flaw to work over, but no, they made it greed. And again, just like with dragons. So, whatever. What I really liked was all the new designs of the Griffins. I thought that was pretty sweet. They had really unique and really interesting designs. And I love the fact that I think I saw one of the Griffins have the body of a tiger rather than a lion. And of course, the old guy had the head of a vulture rather than an eagle. So it kind of leads me to believe that basically Griffins are just a mix of a big cat and like a predatory bird, which it's actually pretty cool. It leads to a lot more design choices, a lot more creativity with their design, stuff like that. And let's see, another thing to talk about. Oh yeah, the skeleton. There is actually a dead thing in this show. I mean, Sombra was implied to be killed off, but this guy, we actually see his skeleton, which I like. It's actually MLP. Things actually do die in this show. Yay! It's not exactly the most cheerful thing in the world, but it does add a sense of death and danger to what these girls are doing, so that's good for me. The ending kind of killed it for me a little bit, just a little bit, because as they did acknowledge, it was a little too sappy, and the fact that only Gilda learned this lesson was a little weird. What I think should have happened, just to add on just a little bit, was that the store owner saw Rainbow Dash and saw how Gilda risked her life to save Rainbow Dash, and because of that, the store owner also changes a little bit and is willing to start making friends. So because of that, now the Griffin Kingdom has 2 Griffins in it willing to make friends. and I think that would have made it a little bit more easy to believe that the girl's work there was done. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. It did seem a little too quick, I guess, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. I'm Ink Rose, and I'll talk to you guys later.